At AARP Missouri, we want to support you as you age. But first, you should learn a little more about us. AARP is a nonprofit organization working to help adults 50 plus in Missouri live their lives to the fullest. We advocate for over 700,000 members on important issues such as strengthening Social Security, protecting access to health care, and ensuring everyone has independence and choice as they age. AARP Missouri also offers online tools, resources, and programs you can access right from the comfort of your home. Learn how to protect yourself from fraud and scams with the AARP Fraud Watch Network. Become an active part of AARP Missouri as a virtual volunteer. Find support while caring for a loved one through our caregiving resources. And enjoy a variety of fun virtual events that improve your health and wellness, like our exercise series, Moving It. At AARP Missouri, there's an entire community waiting for you. Learn more about us at aarp.org/mo.
Hi, I'm Diane Hall, Community Outreach Director for AARP Missouri, and I want to thank you for joining AARP Missouri for our Caregiver Talk for March. This month, we'll hear about how a local nonprofit, PACE KC, can help people receive medical care and supportive services in their homes and community whenever possible. As part of AARP's mission, we work to enhance the lives of all people 50 plus and their families. We have resources and information online at aarp.org/mo and information about AARP activities and events at aarp.org/near-you. Our efforts to help people live their best lives include many things. Virtual options like this one are good for caregivers or anyone who faces challenges in attending in-person events like a caregiver. We also have resources for protecting yourself against frauds and scams through online information or local shred events. And we're working on livable communities, which goes way beyond housing and transportation to things like our Moving It online fitness program or in-person Walk with a Doc programming. In today's webinar, which is for caregivers, is also one of our online options, which reaches anyone and everyone, but this one is specifically geared for caregivers in the Kansas City metro. We hope that you'll take advantage of AARP's resources and information. You can go to aarp.org/local to find out more about what we have to offer. Now, I'd like to introduce Rachel Hiles, founder of Sandwiched KC. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Diane. It's always a pleasure to be with AARP. I'm super excited about our caregiver talk today. We're going to be talking about a new model of care that's coming to Kansas City. And we have a couple of local experts joining us. So I'm going to ask them, T and Johnny, if you would care to introduce yourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rachel. My name is T. Amber Hodge. I am one of the outreach and enrollment specialists here with PACE KC.
Hi, I'm Johnny Sherman, and I am one of the enrollment specialists here at PACE KC.
Man, I'm just so happy that you guys are joining us today. We were fortunate to be at the PACE ribbon cutting back in the fall of 2023 to see this historic event. And we absolutely just fell in love with PACE and what it stands for. So would you actually mind telling us what PACE stands for?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. PACE stands for a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly.
Got it. Okay, great. So thanks for clearing that up for us. Even though we know that PACE is new here in the Kansas City area, it's not in fact new at all, is it?
No, not at all. PACE actually began in 1971 with the idea that traditional models of care in San Francisco were not meeting the needs of the elderly. So this is something that started out of California. Seniors wanted to age gracefully at home, but they needed services to maintain their independence. So today we have over 100 PACE organizations across the country, in which PACE KC is the first in Jackson County. This is the county that we serve in Missouri. We also have St. Louis as well as Springfield, but this is who we serve. We're here in Kansas City to take care of the seniors in Jackson County.
It is absolutely amazing just to hear how PACE has stood the test of time. I think everybody who's watching this wants to know what makes PACE different.
Absolutely. And I also have the executive, well, I'm sorry, our director here of marketing, outreach, and enrollment, who could also speak on different things like this. But we stand out because with PACE KC, we really truly are all inclusive. We have an entire team of people from your doctor, physical therapist, occupational therapist, dietitian, social worker. We do transportation, medical supplies, pharmaceutical care. The list goes on. And our goal is to not only help the participant or the agent adult, we also help the caregiver. We meet so many people in Kansas City that saying, I'm trying to do this for my loved one, my mom, my dad, a sister, anyone that I know, maybe even a neighbor. They're living on their own. They need their assistance. And you know what? They don't want to go to a nursing home or they don't need to be there. They just need a little bit more home with help at home. And that's what PACE KC is here to do.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and echo that real quickly. I think T. Amber said it really well. What we do is we help your elderly loved ones live at home for as long as possible, because that's really what everybody wants, right? They want to stay in their own home, in our communities, connected with our loved ones. So that's our whole reason for being. That's what PACE does. It helps folks live at home for as long as possible.
We just love the idea of this level of support, especially when it means that our loved ones are able to age in place. Can you tell us who currently is eligible for PACE?
Right now, they must be 55 and older and live in Jackson County and must meet the level of care with the state of Missouri, and they must live safely in the community.
Got it. Okay. So our caregiver talks obviously are especially for caregivers. I could you shed some light on what being involved with PACE would look like for somebody who's caring for a loved one?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. So just I don't want to really can't give any names at the point in time, but basically we've talked to caregivers that says, I'm tired. I don't want to put my mother in a home. I'm trying my best to do this. I can't keep up and now because I'm doing all this for my mom. My health is declining. I just need help. What can you all do to help me? So we highly advise every caregiver to come on when we're enrolling their loved one to be involved with the process because with PACE, we're really here to help the caregiver. We don't take over everything and say, okay, we'll handle it from here. No, we want the caregiver to be just as involved as we are. So we want to know what kind of hours you're looking at, how the ADLs, what's going on at home, how can we also help you to make sure that you can make it to your appointments, that you can have more self-care, that you don't have to worry about your mom wandering off when you're at work. What can we do to help you? So we really highly suggest that each caregiver is part of the process with onboarding. When we create a care plan, each participant here at PACE has their own individualized care plan. No one will look the same. And which when we create that, the entire team would love for their caregiver to be just as involved to understand how many hours they're needing of home health care, what kind of prescriptions they're taking. Do you feel as if they're taking too many? So with this entire process, we highly suggest that they be a part of it and see how we can actually help them too.
That is just wonderful because, family caregivers, even though we know that they're instrumental in the care team and they're close to the heart of it, a lot of times professionals, even though they mean well, they end up leaving us out of the conversation. So we love that you guys make sure they're front and center alongside their loved ones. So I guess the question is, PACE sounds so wonderful. Is there any plans to expand in the future? And well, could you shed some light on that also?
I can speak to that a little bit. We definitely are looking to grow. We're looking to serve more people here at our Adult Wellness Center at 4141 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive Boulevard, not Drive. So that's our first priority, is to get more people enrolled. So for caregivers whose parents are in Jackson County, if you'd like to check out the PACE program, we would love to talk with you. And then as we grow and fill up our center here, we hope to grow geographically in the years and months ahead.
Well, we'll be certainly looking forward to that and keeping a close eye on you guys. It just seems like PACE is a wonderful model that could benefit so many older adults in our community. Can you guys tell us how we can find out more about PACE if we want to learn more?
Absolutely. Well, you're looking at the three people who've been talking today here at PACE. We will be their first point of contact. We are the outreach and enrollment team along as well with marketing. So we can be reached, and I'll give Rachel this information. Our phone number is 816-321-3300. And they can always visit us at pace.org, pacekc.org. We're attached to the SWOPE website. So we post different things about different things we're doing in the community, events here at the center, but they can all, and then even if they just want to walk through, we are open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. If they say, hey, I'm in the community, I heard about you all, can I get a little bit more information? That is perfectly fine. But they can always 100% reach us at that phone number. Again, 816-321-3300.
That's awesome. Well, we are just so grateful that you could come and talk to us today. We know that you're very busy. And we're, like I said, we're so excited to see how PACE continues to grow in our area and serve our older adults and the people that care for them here. So again, thank you. Any last thoughts, guys?
We truly appreciate you, Rachel, for allowing us to share this, because our goal right now is to really reach out to more caregivers to spread the word about PACE KC and know that we are here. We are new, and I understand sometimes people get confused as to, okay, how are they really going to help my loved ones, my family? But that's really what we want to do. Not only serve that aging population, but also help that caregiver, because we see so many times caregiver fatigue is a real thing. And we're really here to aid and be with them to help take care of their loved one as they enjoy their last days. So we really help through end of life and just the entire transition on what they need to do to help them.
That's
So
awesome.
we appreciate you for all that you do, Rachel, as well.
Oh, well, the feeling's mutual. Oh, shucks. You're gonna make me blush. Okay, great. Well, Diane, do you have, we would like to thank you also, at ARP Kansas City for, helping us, educate the community. Is there anything you would like to share before we come to a close today?
Well, I actually have a question for the PACE people, if I can throw one in there. So let's say a caregiver hears this and says, this sounds like a good idea, but can they come and take a tour? Or because that's what I would think. If I were a caregiver, my caregiver.
Yeah, we highly suggest. Yes, ma'am. We highly suggest that. That's why even if they're saying, hey, I've seen this or I heard about you all, is it okay if I stop by? We would love that, because in lieu with that, they will get to see actual participants, how we interact with them. They would get to meet people on the care team as well, like the people I was listing out earlier. Well, if the doctor's not available, we have nurse practitioners as well as the physical therapist, but you get to meet people on the team so you can have a better understanding of what we do here at the facility. So that's perfectly fine.
So, and as someone who's been a caregiver for several relatives in the past, one of the things that I found challenging was finding the time. So I wouldn't come and take a tour and then go, oh, my loved one's not eligible for this. Are there any kind of broad strokes guidelines, maybe Johnny, as an enrollment person, you could give us that would say, oh, well, great, my person is likely going to be qualified, or, oh, no, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be qualified. Is there any like sorting screen you could give us? Or is it really individualized? Go ahead.
One of the questions we ask the prospects is, do they have Medicare? Some of them have, most seniors have Medicare only. So that's a big question in their mind. So what we normally do is ask them, are they eligible for Medicaid? Because that's really basically what we need. We need them to pair up with Medicare and Medicaid together, and they can qualify for all of our services on the Medicare and Medicaid. So that was one of the pertinent questions I know for some of the seniors, because some of them only have Medicare only. And if they only have Medicare only, we help them through the process of applying for Medicaid and help them guide them through until they get approved for Medicaid. And so they will be dually eligible for our program.
All right. So if
And
you're already
Diane, if I
dual
may,
eligible, go ahead.
I think one of the really amazing things about the PACE model, in addition to the interdisciplinary team and all the services it's provided, is that we take a lot of the financial hassle off the caregiver as well. You've been in the role, you know how many bills there are from different sources and what a hassle it is to deal with insurance companies. We get paid directly by the state, and we provide all the services. So there are no copays, no deductibles, no fees for any covered service, as long as it's covered by Medicare and Medicaid. All of it's handled by us, and you don't have to deal with any of that hassle. So that I think is really important too. Just that's as a dimension of, just difficulty that caregivers have to put up with and have to deal with. We really simplify the process of understanding the costs and the bills. And we just, as long as it's covered, we handle all those costs.
Awesome. So if somebody's a dual eligible, it's definitely worth taking the time to come out there and see all the things that you guys have in the one spot, kind of the one-stop shop, really, it sounds like.
For sure. And the other thing I'll just add is that if you have any questions about whether your loved one is eligible, give us a call at 816-321-3300, and Johnny or T will help you walk through that process and make sure that we have a pretty good understanding of whether or not state is going to approve your loved one's participation before we waste any of your time.
Yeah. Mark, you knew where I was going. You knew where I was going. Saving that time. Absolutely. Because caregivers, that is one of the things that they just do not have enough of. And as Tiambra was saying earlier, tired, just always tired because you are running 24/7 and often working. As Rachel's organization speaks to, the sandwich thing, you may have kids at home, you're taking care of somebody older. So yeah, saving that time is a great thing. So that was my question, Rachel.
It's so stressful. And so
is.
we as T said, we really exist not only to care for the seniors, but to really ease that caregiver burden too, because we recognize, just how stressful and time consuming it can be. No matter how much we love, the folks in our lives and how much we want the best for them, it's still work. It's still a lot to bear.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is challenging, and we do it because we love, but it doesn't mean it doesn't make us tired. That was my question, Rachel. Anything you have, resources and things from Sandwich you want to talk about before I close us out?
No, I'm just again very grateful to everybody who took their time to participate in this talk today. And of course, always looking forward to working together in the future.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
guys for
much for
coming
having
on.
us.
Yeah, it was awesome to have you guys on here. As always, I have to recommend AARP's caregiving guides at aarp.org/caregiving/care-guides. Or you can just go to the website and search caregiving. Thank you guys all for being on and sharing the information about this kind of proactive, all-encompassing model. That is kind of awesome. Please, for those of you who are listening, stay with us for next month. On April 11th, we'll be hearing about financial tips for caregivers, both financial tips for the loved one you're caring for and for the caregivers themselves. So this is going to be a doubly interesting one. And keep an eye on aarp.org/local about next month's topic. And in the meantime, please visit sandwichkc.com or aarp.org/Kansas City for more information that you can use right now. We appreciate that you spent part of your day with us, everybody. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.